Well, I'm dumb as a box of rocks. I graduated high school with a 2.23 GPA. It's absolutely atrocious. It's a horrible GPA to graduate high school. It's amazing I even graduated high school with a GPA like that. But I want to talk about myself in a few minutes. What I want to address right now is I want to talk about a little bit about potential. I want to talk about potential and why it means literally pretty much nothing. Potential means nothing in my opinion. We're going to talk about two guys, okay? We're going to talk football for a minute, all right? So there's this one guy, his initials are TB, all right? He's a quarterback. There's another guy, his initials are JR, all right? And this is football, NFL football we're talking here. So in the NFL draft, there's 7 rounds in an NFL draft, all right? The first round is supposed to be, obviously the best quality people out there, right? Second round, you get a little worse. Third round, you get a little worse. Fourth round, a little worse. Fifth round, even worse. Sixth round, you're really getting down there to guys that probably might not even be in the league in a few years. Seventh round, it's like these guys are like a hope and a prayer type guys, right? So this guy, TB, he's drafted in the 6th round, so pretty much not going to be expected to do anything in the league. Maybe he can make it in the league for a couple years, maybe not. Maybe he'll end up just getting cut within the first year, right? This guy is not only drafted in the 1st round, he's the 1st overall pick, okay? So he's the one that is thought to be by far the best player of any position in the draft. The type of guy that you can build an entire franchise around. Someone that can potentially be a Hall of Famer, one of the greatest to ever play, okay? That type of person. When you're drafted in the 1st overall pick, that's what you're hoping for this. That's how much talent, that's how much potential they have, okay? This one got no potential, man. This one's got no potential. They're a 6th round pick. Nobody wants them. Think about that. 32 teams went 5 full rounds and saw him on the board and were like, hell no, we don't want him, okay? And then a bunch more teams in the 6th round passed him as well until one team finally took him, all right? Now, one of these guys is still playing to this day, okay? And made hundreds of millions of dollars in their career. Hundreds of millions of dollars. One of these guys, I don't want to say which one of these guys was out of the league within a few years, okay? One of these guys is so famous that even people that don't watch football, even people that don't even know NFL football, know of this person. He married a supermodel. He's got so much money, it's insane. He's got so much fame. One of the most famous athletes ever in our generation, okay? One of them pretty much is not even known about other than diehard NFL fans who remember how much of a bust he was, right? One of these guys gets millions and millions of dollars for sponsorships. One of them, no one cares to have sponsorships with this guy. Which guy is it? It's got to be this guy, right? He's got to be the one with all that success, right? No, he was the one that was out of the league in a few years, right? This is the guy, Tom Brady. He's the one that ended up with all the money, all the fame, being remembered as the greatest player ever in NFL history for quarterbacks, guys. He shouldn't have been there. He shouldn't have been there. He was a 6th round pick. All the teams said, no, this guy's garbage. He's got no potential. You know what potential means? Nothing. It means absolutely nothing. Potential means absolutely nothing in this world. You can look at all these metrics you want, right? On what a person can do and what a person can become. You can say, well, they're this and they're this and this. And so for this reason, they're going to be successful. And guess what? Then you see a situation like this and you're like, how's that even possible? This guy wasn't even remotely supposed to be a special person, and he ended up becoming the greatest ever? No, that couldn't be. And this guy, he's a 1st overall pick. And not only does he not become a super great quarterback, he's out of the league in a few years later. Like, no, this cannot happen. This cannot be. And guess what? That's the way the world works. Potential means nothing, okay, guys? Let's talk about myself for a second, right? I shouldn't be in the position I am in. I shouldn't, right? The things I've already accomplished in my life, right? I shouldn't have accomplished that based upon what school told me, okay? In the 8th grade, I shared this with my Snapchat audience a few days ago, right? In the 8th grade, in the mathematics category, they did a standardized test in Arizona, right? And by the way, Arizona is one of the worst places to go to school. And I was near the bottom of the category in mathematics for the entire state, okay? I was approaching like mentally handicapped in mathematics, right? If there's one thing I'm probably stronger at than most people out there, you would say it's mathematics, right? I'm pretty dang strong there. I know how to add up numbers real well, okay? I was near the bottom. I was in the falls far below category, okay? And not even like toward the top of it, like toward like the middle to the end of the falls far below, guys. I was in the lower like 5% of the worst 8th graders at doing mathematics, okay? I graduated high school with a 2.23 GPA, which is absolutely horrible, guys. I think you have to have at least over a 2.0 to even graduate. So I was barely above there until I even graduated, guys. And you look at me and you look at the positions I'm in, and you look at, I had over $200,000 in a brokerage account at 25. You would have never thought that. And working at a convenience store? No, he couldn't have done that. And I did it. And because I had special qualities that other people could never see, that they don't give you in school, okay? That there's not a standardized test for the type of qualities that make money out there, okay? Which is what you're graded on in success. What do we look at? If we say someone's successful in life, what do we look at as far as adults go? We look at how their family life is, or do they have a successful family? Do they have a successful marriage and kids and things like that? Or they have successful friendships? And then we look at what? We look at money. Are they successful with money? Do they have the things that we would all want, right? The big house, the cars, and things like that. I shouldn't have either if you were basing upon my potential, based upon what happened in school, right? But it works out a whole lot different in real life, right? So if you're out there right now and you're like one of those people that, it doesn't fall into the category of you being successful because of what school told you, don't buy into that. Do not buy into that, because it's not true, okay? You can be plenty successful without what we all look at. What do we grade all children on? From the time you're born until 18 years old, it's all about, if you're good at school, then you thought, oh man, you might be successful, you got a lot of potential. And if you don't, then you're seen as you're dumb, or you're going to be a failure in life and those kinds of things, guys. So if you're in that situation where you're like me and you didn't have a high grade point average, or you had a bad grade point average, don't feel like it's all over for me because I wasn't good at school, because guess what? I'm pretty dang successful and I was horrible at school. And guess what? There's a massive amount of other people out there that are highly successful in life that we look up to as legends, as gods, who, guess what? They were not good at school either. And there's a lot of people who were massively good at school, right? Had perfect 4.0 GPAs. And what are they doing today? They're just living a normal life, and they might not even have very successful relationships with people, and they might not even have much money or any of the things we grade people on today as being a successful person, okay? So don't get caught up in what school tells you, and that's the Bible, and the school system tells me this, and I can't be successful in life. It's just a bunch of BS, guys. Don't buy into that crap, because guess what? It's not going to make you or break you. And just because, let's say you're really good in school right now, you're feeling real great about yourself, you think you're going to be, great in life. You can be, but just because you have a high grade point average, that means absolutely nothing. You still need to work just as hard as you did in school at whatever you want to be in your life, and have the right strategy, and then you can still be successful. It's not like, all of a sudden, I made it, I graduated college, I had perfect grades, and now all of a sudden, my life's just going to be easy. No, now the work really starts in your life. Now the work's really going to start so you can be successful out there, guys. So don't buy into that crap, because it's just not true. Peace.